Hello there, this is Matt. Just going to show off Arbitrarium really quickly. This is our network game, soon to be network game, as it is only single player currently with some AI bots. The UI is very simple at the moment. For this sprint, we focused solely on mechanics and getting those pretty accurately locked in before we even thought about a look and feel or sprites. So the goal is to, by the end of sprint 3, to have the game look completely different visually than where we're at now. Not to say that the visuals aren't terrible. They aren't terrible at all. But just as a note, because I know our game's centered around a museum type atmosphere, the Museum of the Arbitrary, and that's currently not the look of it. Soon it will be. However, let's start. Here's some simple controls. Move with WASD, aim with the mouse, shoot with mouse 1. You can press space to dodge roll, pick up an item, which is a weapon, with E. You can toggle the in-game stats, which is the KD ratio. And then finally, you can just go back to the menu in-game by just pressing escape. So, to preface, maps in this game are dynamically generated, just like the dungeon maps in games like Enter the Gungeon. So it's kind of a roguelike arena shooter, if you will. We worked pretty hard on the map graphs that lay behind the generation to ensure that the maps are pretty well circular and don't give out an advantage to another team. And we think we've done a pretty good job at that. So the goal is to have multiple map graphs by the end of the game. We already have 2. One of which is fully finished and one that's close to finish. We'll be using one in our generator today. The current objective is just a team deathmatch to get either 50 kills or wait for the timer to end at about 5 minutes. So let's just get into the game. Simple loading screen as the map generates and all the AIs come in. Alright, so here's our player. Here's our red team teammates. These are AI. We'll use the AI later to fill in when there are not enough multiplayer players. You'll hear the guns going off. That's what it sounds like. We have bullets firing sound-wise. That's all we currently have. This guy's going to go pick up a gun. Bullet sounds and reload sounds work currently. We haven't implemented anything else because we know we'll be partnering with the music department at some point, so we're waiting on music there, and that'll change the atmosphere a lot, and even more so when we get different assets. This AI here has found himself the sine wave gun, which shoots bullets either in a sine function curve or a cosine function, depending on a random number. Those bullets are a little faster and do extra damage. You can do a dodge roll. Again, funny little dodge roll sprite animation there. Just adds a little charm, I think. You can tell you've hit enemies and when they're on their little cooldown before they can get hit again when they're flashing. And then you can string those apart, so boom, there we go. In the bottom right, you can see your ammo. Currently, this base gun has infinite ammo, so you'll always be able to shoot. Let's go pick up this double shotgun. Shoots 2 bullets. Constant rate. We have another enemy at sine function gun. So yeah, you can see the scores going up the corner. I'm red team. There's blue team. The AI do kind of hold their own. I mean, I've lost a few hearts already. It is kind of designed after a bullet hell. One thing that we're currently working on is to get the bullet spread be properly distributed so that dodging is a little more viable, because right now they seem to kind of just target and shoot non-stop. That's one of the things we want to change about the AI in the future. If I press tab, you can see the stats of the game. Currently we display for the name the ID of the character, so all the AI will have IDs, and the player was always ID 1. So you can see that I've got 6 kills and I've died 0 times. Show myself getting killed real quick. So you see the sine function gun does a lot of damage. I've been killed. There's a slight respawn timer where I wait to respawn, and then I'm back. I know earlier in the day when we presented this in class, the enemies would shoot at the disabled game object of the player when if they came by. That doesn't happen anymore. I just fixed it, so no worries there. However, one thing about the spawn system is that we keep track of all the team players and make sure that one team spawns as far away from the other team enemies as possible to ensure that nobody gets spawn killed. Ah. There's always a bug somewhere. So yeah, we'll fight till we get to either the game over or if someone gets to 50 kills first. And we'll probably tune this later. Maybe we'll end at 30 kills or 40 kills, or change the timer, maybe 7 minutes to make sure it's actually possible to get to 50 kills. Because I don't think we've reached a game where we've gotten to 50 kills yet. Trying to find the sine wave gun. And then finally, to note about the AI will track around, they'll speed up if they see someone, if they see a weapon that's better than theirs, weapons have a rank, they will go out of their way to get it, but if there's an enemy nearby, they will wait to grab the weapon and kind of strafe around the player or the enemy to try and kill them. And that's the general gist. I'm going to head back to the menu by pressing escape. And there we are. Thank you very much.